Hello there, very good afternoon. You're joining Lunchtime News here on MTV Sports. Starting with the headlines for this afternoon, new legislation to prevent private bus owners from resorting to unjustifiable strike action. Fish traders protest in Galle, disrupting traffic. Colombian authorities capture top drug trafficker. Now moving on to those stories in details, traders at the Galle fish market carried out a protest this morning. They were protesting against the selling of fish on the pavement.
The protest began at around 10 this morning. According to our correspondent, the protesters had strewn fresh fish and dry fish onto the roads during the protest. The protesters had also blocked the Galle Mathura road from the Galle fish market end. Our correspondent added that traffic in the area has been severely affected. Following discussions the police had with the protesters, the road was reopened for traffic.
Moving on, 61 individuals have been arrested for fishing in the seas of Trincomalee using illegal fishing gear. Assistant Director of the Department of Fisheries, Andra Jayasekara, stated that 9 boats had been seized by the police yesterday with illegal fishing gear.
The arrest had been made during a raid conducted by the Special Investigations Unit of the Fisheries Department with the assistance of the police and the Navy. The arrested individuals are to be produced before the Trincomalee District Court today.
Still in a local news, President Mahinda Rajapaksa has issued an open invitation to Sri Lankans residing in the Republic of Kuwait to come and experience the newfound peace and harmony in the island. The President's media unit stated that the President had issued this invitation following a meeting with the group of expat Sri Lankans after he addressed the Asian Cooperation Dialogue.
The President also praised the contribution made by these expatriates towards the betterment of their homeland. The President explained that although the income that Sri Lankans used to receive in foreign countries went towards freeing the country of terrorism, it is now being used for the development of the country. President Mahinda Rajapaksa went on to say that despite developed countries being crippled by the recent economic crisis, Sri Lanka had maintained a steady economic growth rate of 8%. The head of state also explained how the northern parts of the country, which were devastated by the war, are now being steadily brought back to their former glory. The President, who concluded his tour of Kuwait, arrived in the island early this morning. The duty director of the Katunayake International Airport said that the President had arrived at around 2 a.m. today.
The Western Province Ministry of Transport says it will introduce legislations preventing private bus owners from resorting to unjustifiable strike action. The Western Province Minister of Transport, Upali Kodikara, stated that the proposed legislation would introduce a new set of rules and regulations for private bus operators. The provincial minister went on to say that these regulations would be introduced to provide passengers a safer and more reliable transport service. Now moving on, Chief Minister of the Yuva Province, Sashinda Rajapaksa, says that certain groups are attempting to disrupt the education system in the country. The minister expressed this view at the opening of a power supply project in Badar Kumbra.
As parents, education is the greatest treasure we can give our children. This is why His Excellency the President is working hard to develop the education sector in this country. However, there are certain groups that are trying to disrupt this effort. Disrupting the development of education in this country means that you are disrupting the future of this country.
A woman has been murdered with the use of a sharp object in the Wathuragama area in Kirinduvela. Police stated that the incident took place last evening. The victim is a 66-year-old woman. According to the police, the murder had been carried out by an unidentified group. The Kirinduvela police are conducting further investigations. Well, development is a topic that is widely discussed these days. Much attention has been drawn towards the development projects taking place in the Hambantota district. It is in such a backdrop that we at News First received this report of a group of residents who have decided to leave Hambantota due to various hardships.
Hambantota is a district that has seen rapid development over the past few years. However, despite the construction of an international airport and an international harbour, the much touted development has not filtered down to the ordinary people in the district. This is a prime example of this. This village is located about 16 kilometers from the Pallimalla junction, which is about 12 kilometers towards Kataragama from Hambantota. The village, which is named Thammannava, is located in an extremely dry and rural part of the country. The village, which was established in 1982, was made up of 75 families back then. However, due to the hardship of living in the area, most of the residents have left the area. There used to be 75 families. I doubt if there are even 40 families now. The house where I live is isolated from all sides. There is no one to help even if an elephant attacks. Drinking water is another problem that these villagers face. Further, the children of this area do not receive a proper education. The children must travel nearly 8 kilometers on foot from Thammannava to Bandaria to reach their school. The hope of these innocent children is that this abandoned school will reopen someday.